Watch out, because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. Don't let tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, the #1 tax resolution firm. They are experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands, even tens of thousands. Optima's resolved over $500 million of tax debt for their clients. They have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and will fight to get you the best deal possible. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
It's Paul Powell!
I'm attorney Paul Powell. If you've been in an accident, did you know that your lawyer can take 33% from your settlement? I promise to never take more money than you. If you've been injured in an accident, call me right now, 728-5500. Paul Powell, more lawyer, less fee.
Monster Energy AMA Supercross and FIM World Championship. Witness an exhilarating sports story written in real time. A grueling battle of athleticism and determination that demands a lifetime of training to win, but only takes seconds to lose. Get your tickets to see the world's best race for the world's biggest title. The finals return to Las Vegas, where a champion will be crowned. Watch the world's best motocross riders race for glory at Sam Boyd Stadium May 4th. For tickets and information, visit UNLVtickets.com. Monster Energy Supercross. Get your tickets today.
I'm attorney Glenn Lerner. Hurting a wreck and thinking about dealing with the insurance company yourself? Stop. According to the Insurance Research Council, people hurt in a car wreck who are represented by an attorney get more than 3 times the settlement than people who deal with the insurance companies themselves. Why settle for $5,000 when you could get $15,000? Why settle for $15,000 when you could be entitled to $45,000? Why settle for less when you could get all the money you deserve? Hurting a wreck and need a check? Call Glenn Lerner Injury Attorneys.
Glenn Lerner is the way to go. Call 877-1500.
Henderson Blues Fest is back April 13th at the Henderson Pavilion, featuring the Kenny Wayne Shepherd Band and the Beth Hart Band.
Love is life. Love is life.
Henderson Blues Fest, live at the Henderson Pavilion April 13th. Tickets start at $30.50. Visit HendersonPavilion.com for tickets today. Join the Las Vegas Celtic Society as they host the 15th Annual Celtic Festival in Highland Games at Floyd Lamb Park in Dooley Springs, April 13th and 14th. Live music all weekend, Celtic dancers, pipe and drum competitions, beer gardens, and plenty of food and drink. Come witness feats of strength at the Highland Games. Bring the whole family. Tickets are available at the gate. Kids under 5 are free. April 13th and 14th, the 15th Annual Celtic Gathering in Highland Games. Brought to you by Hennessy's Pub, Aliante Casino Hotel, Sharon Chandler, and the Las Vegas Celtic Society.
Hello, friends. This is Thomas Johnson from Joe's Seafood Prime Steak and Stone Crab. Need a great idea for lunch or dinner? Your best bet is Joe's, one of the most popular dining destinations on the Strip. Joe's provides the ideal setting for private parties with accommodations for up to 150 guests. Stop by to see us at the Forum Shops at Caesars and ask for Thomas Johnson, your maitre d'.
T-minus 20 hours and 57 minutes and counting.
I was just going to say, less than 24 hours, Dave. Yeah. You excited?
20 hours and 57 minutes. I can't tell you the seconds. But meeting Kelly there at 11:30 tomorrow, and Teddy covers, and we will have lunch. And I'm having the Dover sole.
Right, I don't get my mail due after 11:30, so if an invitation was sent to me in the mail, I won't be there.
Well, that's talk to Kelly. It's her party. I ain't paying. I would. I don't care about that. But she asked. It's like, okay, you don't have to twist my arm. Make a reservation if you want to go for yourself to Joe's. 702-792-9222. Have the Dover sole. Marco will tell you to have the sea bass.
Well, Marco's wife will tell me to have the chicken.
Fried chicken.
Yeah. Twice.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
What do we have for an angle of the day?
You know, we talked about it a little bit in the Milwaukee-Philadelphia game. And when you have two teams with 49 or more wins, again, it only happens a few times a year, right, late in the year. And one of those teams is an away favorite of 4.5 or more. This goes back.
So Milwaukee's minus
case, right, 4.5 or 5. Straight up, I was shocked. 25-5 for the away favorite. Straight up, 23-7 against the spread, 76.7%. So, I was expecting, this wasn't something, I just looked for the game today and thought, Well, you have a team that's 49 or 50 wins, and you're a home dog of 4.5 or more. I expected them to be pretty decent.
Yeah.
So that 25-5 straight-up record for the away favorite shocked the heck out of me.
Well, that's the thing about these trends is that they don't always register the way you think they're going to logically.
Yeah, there's a lot of hearsay things that we've pulled up.
Yes.
Beating teams for a third time,
that myth.
double revenge.
Right.
Yes,
the double revenge myth.
Yeah, so that's what the database is great for. And if anyone ever has a question, just reach out to me at Twitter at CalSportsLV. Shoot me a question. Happy to get to it sometime during the next couple of days and get it back out to you and be able to answer it. It may not be anything. It may be 50-50, but at least you have an answer to what it was and not guess anymore.
And the thing of it is that if you are looking for these situational trends, for every 50 you look up, probably 47 of them are going to come back useless.
Oh, I spend a lot of time just nothing. It's
just
nothing.
throw 'em
Yes,
away.
just throw. Yeah.
But then you find the gem that shows up every once in a while, and if you can quantify it with some kind of a logic, it's even better.
Yeah.
That's why I like certain situational things for college football. When it matches up with, I'm first and foremost a matchup guy in college football. That's just the way I do things. But if I can find something that also fits an angle with a logical rationale as to why it works. I'm not talking about one of these,
Yeah, I don't have many variables where they're crazy, and I don't put them in because even if you have a good record, it's non-quantifiable and it doesn't make sense. I know we had a couple good ones for March Madness for the conference tournaments.
Yes,
for the conference tournaments that worked out very well.
One of them was an absolute beauty. I mean, where double revenge does mean something.
Yes,
is with good-sized favorites.
Yep.
That's where it means something, because now you get the better team looking to avoid getting beaten 3 times by an opponent. It worked really well. One game that I had a very strong play on because I liked the game anyway was the Harvard-Yale game. And it fell into that angle, and it worked out rather well. And I think that particular angle did exceptionally well this year. Anyway, let's talk a little bit of Final Four. Have you arrived at any decisions yet, or are you still kind of gauging things, whether it's from a matchup standpoint or whether it's from a market standpoint?
Between both sides and both totals, I'm only going to have a small play on the under in Michigan State, Texas Tech.
Okay.
I made this under 6 or 7 points less than the total is. I think when we get to this point in time, there's a lot of public money betting these totals. People tend to like betting the overs, and you get a little bit of an inflated line. Leaning with the side, I do lean Michigan State. And, the scary thing about Michigan State is, everyone has injuries. But, they were without Josh Langford since December, and they've been out without Kyle Ahern since the first.
And plus, Nick Ward was very limited for several games.
Missed at least last 5 games of the season. So imagine if this team was at full health. But I really look at a team, and when you don't perform your best and you still can dominate or win a game, the Minnesota game comes to mind. 22 turnovers against Minnesota, yet you still win by 20. The Duke game comes to mind. You only shoot 6 free throws, but yet you can
make only
Duke.
2 of them.
Yeah. So, those are the type of situations where a team, I think, can rebound. Now, I do have one number that's gonna an important number that people are gonna say, oh, you have Izzo against a first-year Final Four head coach. Hey, Dave, the last 12 new Final Four head coaches make it the last 13, 9-3-1 against the spread if you're a Final Four virgin. So don't give too much credence to the Izzo against a first-time Final Four head coach.
I don't think Chris Beard is going to show any fear whatsoever. I don't think his team is either. They're a very strong team mentally. By the way, if you're just tracking it, if you've blindly bet every underdog in the tournament so far, you're profiting kind of nicely.
Yeah.
33 wins, 27 losses against the spread. So that's a plus 3.3 blind bet profit. If you just want to follow that pattern this weekend, and in the 3 remaining games, take the dog, I don't think you're going to get shut out.
You went 3-1 with the dogs last time, and the cover was a miracle cover. The only time Virginia was covering that game was those 2 free throw shots. So, but with that said, I still lean Michigan State just because you have Cassius Winston, you have that elite point guard, which I think you need to get here. You have a point guard that shoots over 40% from three-point land. You have a second guard in McQuaid who shoots over 40% from a three-point land. I think that stretches the Texas Tech defense out. It gives Xavier Tillman a lot of room in the middle to do some damage. So, in that game, if I had to make a choice, I would play Michigan State and definitely the under. Move into the Auburn game. You can't have two different styles, completely different styles. The funny thing is, last week we were talking about Auburn being the slow team against North Carolina. Now we talk about them like they're jackrabbits against Virginia.
Well, they kind of are.
Yeah, they're in that 120 range, right in the middle. So either way, they were very slow last week, very fast this week.
Now, how much we see this constantly in sports, and I think it happened again in the Auburn-Kentucky game, where Auburn's missing a key element.
Yep.
Okike's particularly in that matchup, because they looked like they were going to get dominated in the paint by Kentucky, and instead they actually played Kentucky even or beat them at that aspect of the game. And it's not the first time we've seen a team with a key injury just galvanize itself and respond with a really big performance. The thing is, it doesn't last.
Yes.
So how much of that are you putting into this game? Because, again, they're missing that he's out. Okay, that's a big injury.
Oh, I agree. I use the injury system often in college football. When even if you have a quarterback going out, I don't mind playing on that team that first game because the other team doesn't know what to prep for. Well, now you have a game film on what they're going to prep for without him. He's the number 3 scorer, number 1 rebounder. He's a big loss. Now,
I think on the scoring end, I don't care. But his paint presence, I think, is very important. But it wasn't last weekend. So, the Auburn players at this point, they're not going to lose any confidence because he's not there.
And, you have I have a player prop, which I'm going to give out in a minute, which translates just to that. And I will just go ahead and give it out now. Daniel Purifoy is a person who started 26 games 2 years ago. Last year, he sat out because of an FBI investigation. Right. This year, he missed the first 9 games. Purifoy hasn't played over 20 minutes in any game except the Kentucky game when he played 32 minutes. So now he's using them. The over-under at the Superbook is 5.5 on Purifoy. He played 32 minutes in that Kentucky game. He's going to be much more scoring in the second game back after playing, and he's going to play 30-plus minutes because he's 6'7" and he has some height in there. 5.5 to me is a steal. It was -10 either way.
The only way he doesn't get there is if he picks up 2 early fouls.
Yeah, and that's the other thing I'm going to bring up on Virginia. In the last 2 games, Virginia's played 85 minutes, 40 minutes and 45 minutes with an overtime. Besides their 6 rotation players, they only had 7 minutes of playing time. That means Virginia uses 6 guys. If Virginia gets a couple guys in foul trouble, either Hunter or Guy early, with Auburn trying to push the pace using 10 guys, I will live bet Auburn. Yeah. Because with only 6 guys to play, you're going to be going to people deep in the second half with Virginia if they get foul trouble that haven't played in this tournament.
Yankees lead the Orioles 5-4. That is now in the top of the 8th inning at Baltimore. The Yankees have gotten the first man on in the 8th as they try and give themselves a little insurance. And the Red Sox now trail Oakland 6-3 in the top of the 6th, and I don't want to talk about that anymore. So we'll take a break and come back, and we will get to our Wager Talk marquee matchup at T-Mobile. The Coyotes taking on the Golden Knights next.
The Las Vegas Sports Line.
Hi, this is Ido Gavish with Century 21 Gavish Real Estate. Whether you're buying or selling, visit our website at GavishRealEstate.com. Remember, there's only one Century 21 Gavish. Capiche?
Hey, partner, you hungry? We're Texas Melts, and we're serving up Texas-sized grilled sandwiches like our tender in-house smoked beef brisket, sliced up thick with your choice of cheese, onions topped with barbecue sauce, and slapped between 2 pieces of Texas toast. Mix that with a side of Frito pie and a big old sweet tea, and you got yourself a Texas-sized meal to write home about. Or to post on the Instawebs or whatever you kids are doing these days. Texas Melts, 4604 West Sahara Avenue. You won't be leaving hungry.
You ever looked at time-lapse footage of people sleeping? It's wild. Hi, I'm Dave Mizrahi, owner of Best Mattress. A whole lot goes on while you sleep. Tossing, turning, flipping, dipping, curling, whirling. It's a wonder any of us ever feel relaxed after all that. That's why Tempur-Pedic created the Pro Adapt line with advanced pressure relief technology. No matter what contortions you get into, you'll wake up refreshed and relaxed. Visit one of our Best Mattress locations to try a Tempur-Pedic today. Best Mattress, home of the Sleep Easy Guarantee.
Hey, Dave Cokin with John Lyons from Lyons Physical Therapy. John, what type of injuries do you treat at LPT?
Dave, we treat a whole gamut of injuries, primarily orthopedic injuries, anything from neck pain, back pain, post-surgical rehabilitation. We also specialize in treating victims after any car accidents or slip and fall type.